Peace, 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 y'all. It's your boy ActionFiggySkinny here again with another quick hit review. And today we've got the GiJoe retro carded Cobra enemy, Cobra Viper. The retro carded Cobra Viper. A lot of people have been like anticipating this since the original Vipers were very, very sought after. Those were Cobra Island exclusives. And then they dropped a Viper 3-pack of some regular dudes, but like those weren't really it. The blues were a little bit more timid and not as popping. Same with the red, it was a little bit more timid and so on, like more of a maroon than this popping cardinal red that we got here. But these guys got short sleeves, they got gauntlets, we've got multiple hands, we've got different guns, we got new holsters. This is a kind of whole new thing. So without further ado, we about to see what's in this box. Cheers. So for those of you that care about this kind of thing, the box looks like, you know, such, and has all this stuff. You can see the guns and the other layer on top. And the back reads, Cobra Vipers are a backbone of the Cobra Legion. They are highly motivated, superbly trained, and formally equipped. If you want to get anywhere in Cobra, you start at the bottom as a Viper. Cobra doesn't reward success with parades and medals. They offer material wealth, power, and an outlet for terrible urges. So basically, you're like a grunt if you're a Viper, which I didn't know that. I thought the grunts for the Cobras were the Cobra troopers and the infantry, not the Vipers. But all right, all to say, this thing looks cool and I've been excited to open this for a minute, so let's get into this thing. Cool. And here he is fresh out the package, and I can honestly say that yeah, I like this fig. I think it's cool. It's not too different from the original, but what is different is much appreciated, and some things I like, some things I wish I would have updated. And yeah, but overall the colors are great. I would have liked the blue to be a little bit more like royal rather than navy, but I guess that with the red would have been a little bit too much. I'm really digging the gauntlets. The gauntlets are super good. These really awesome. And the fact that it comes with multiple hands makes it extra worth it too. I'm digging the helmet. I'm digging everything. One thing I don't love the holster. When I first saw this announced, I was wondering how they were going to do this. Also, I want to know if that is like removable, this flashlight thing, but I don't think it is. No, it's just like placeholder, which is another thing I don't really love, when they kind of put placeholder accessories or accessories that are meant to be, you know, just like that. But okay, so this is how the gun would go in its holster. I don't love that. Like, I don't love that. Like, I feel like you should have just given them a full holster, you know. Can it go the other way too? Let's see. No, it doesn't go the other way, and the other way looks silly. So it has to go that way, which is like, okay, fine. And, you know, otherwise, yeah, this is good. This is good as an army builder if you really do need to army build these still. But if you needed like one or two to have them stand out, you know, then that's cool. But you don't need to necessarily go and get a bunch of these. Then again, if you didn't get the Vipers at their first chance, then you're pretty good. I think where this guy kind of will stand out / succeed over the last ones is the more realistic looking guns, which I'll get into, and that, yeah, the extra hands and stuff that the other one didn't come with. He does come with the standard stuff, backpack, whatever, but like these guns, like, I'll get into them when I get into the accessory, but these are like hard plastic. None of these are really bending like the Marvel Legends stuff, except for the sniper rifle. But otherwise, this is like very, very nice. The quality's good. Quality's good. All to say. Let's go ahead and get into the accessories, and then we'll get into comparisons real quick from other Joe's figs, and put some of these accessories on the guy, see what he looks like, you know, different loadouts, that kind of thing. Chill. So in terms of accessories, our boy comes with a decent spread out here. He has the standard stuff that you'd find with most GiJoe classified figures, like the backpack here. He comes with that. That looks super good. I'm digging the detail on that. Would have liked some color, but you know, otherwise this is, you know, cool. And it slips into the back of the character very nicely. Has a curve there to ease it up, so it's nice. Comes with that backpack. He comes with 2 sets of hands. So he comes with this open hand for holding that rifle he has, and the rifle they have, and he also comes with this pointing hand, which probably would be put into other figures. But yeah, so this is the left hand, this is the right, this is horizontal, and this is also horizontal. I'm not going to try to bend that right now, but you can see it. Also a horizontal peg, so that's very cool. He comes with this like sniper rifle that, out of all the weapons, I would have liked this the most to have some kind of color to it. There's detail in it, but this was probably just like straight 3D printed. Of course, removable magazine, like all GiJoe classified figs. You pop that out, pop it right back in. The oh, woo, okay, didn't know that. So this, the silencer is actually removable on this, which is hype. And again, reasons why I would have wanted some more paint detail just to kind of bring that out more, but so far so good. That's sick. Now, whether the silencer, this is also a really nice weapon. This got the detail though, you know what I mean? Like, they gave it to this boy over here, and that's really, really, really nice. I'll move so that you guys can get more of that in detail, but you know what I mean? It's very nice. I like that. Removable magazine as well. Comme ça. Now, let's see if the silencer fits on this. Woo! Okay, now we're talking. We could get crazy. She could get... Okay, alright. So we have a silencer that fits on there. We have the handgun. That's you know, standard. Looks like a Desert Eagle. I don't know guns. Like, I live in Canada. I don't know guns like that up here. So y'all can inform me. Silencer is a tight fit in there, and I wouldn't really want to force that, but it can, with delicate work, you know what I mean, get in there and you have a little you know what I mean? Like, so these guys can rock out. I like that. I like that. He comes with the, of course, standard goggles that are meant for all Viper characters that I'm gonna go and put on him right now, because there's just, I mean, it's so funny. These guys have these helmets that are like these clear visors that you can't see through, but yeah, they have goggles. That's for the fashion of it. So there he is, looking like that, looking cool. And yeah, his loadout is very, very, very nice. I'm digging this quite a bit. Let's get into how some of these things look on the fig itself. You know what I mean? Because yeah, that'd be a great idea. So let's go ahead and do that. So there's our boy there with the first detailed weapon. I don't know, I'm just gonna say rifle. You guys can correct me. And the open left hand, kind of tucking out, you know, supporting it, looking good. I like this a lot. And next up we've got, and here he is with his pointing right hand and the pistol in the, you know, triggered left hand, which looks good. He also has two fists that I'm gonna go and put on him. And yeah, let's picture him with this other rifle with the silencer real quick. Let's go ahead and do that. There he is, neutral pose with the two fists. I like that they came with fists, so at least I can have these guys like getting into like squabbles and fighting and doing fisticuffs type shit. So that's really cool. And yeah, let's pose him up with the sniper real quick. And there he is quickly with the other sniper rifle. Real quick, let's get into articulation on this guy, even though there's not really much to talk about. It's the same body as all the other Vipers, so if you've reviewed one and seen one, you've seen the other ones. There's a slight differences in the deco here. It doesn't really affect anything in terms of the articulation, but just, you know, let's get into the articulation quick and then do comparisons to the old guys, and then get out of here. Yeah, let's do that. All right, cool. Okay, so articulation wise, it's basically the same as every other Viper if you've seen him. His head, it's a classified, so the heads do look up quite a bit, but with here, not very much, just due to, you know, the neck peg. He looks down a little bit, but it's, you know, it's kind of hindered due to this new vest that they came out with. The new vest compared to the old one, better detail. He has a separate belt, whereas the older vest, it kind of incorporated the vest into the belt and made it just like a one piece, which is very strange. His arms does go up and rotate 360. As you can see, like all other standard GiJoe figs, he doesn't have an ab crunch because this is blocking it. So any standard ab crunch you would have would be in there, but he does get torso movement out of here. Double jointed pinless elbows, as you can see. They rock really well. Also, the gauntlets are able to come off, so I want to show you guys that. He has standard double jointed knees that are a bit of a pain to get to go double jointed. And then he also has like a, you know, standard boot articulation and a boot cut. And typical things you would see in Joe. So drop legs, extra neck hinge, but even though it's not going to be used for this, it's pretty standard. You know, it's very, very standard. I know that was short, but not really worth it getting into articulation on these guys because we've seen the same bodies over and over and over again for quite some time now. So once you get one Viper, you've kind of gotten them all. And with that being said, I'm going to get into our next section, which goes into our comparison section of the review. So comparison garrison. Yeah, we're about to do that. Bunch of other Vipers, a few other Joes, keeping it short and sweet. That's what we're going to do. Yeah. Okay, so comparison time. First up, right off the bat, I want to compare. I had to blow the dust off this dude. I want to compare him to the original Cobra Island Viper that we got. We got these early on into the Joe line, and these are highly sought after, like crazy. Like, oh man, I can't even, like, I remember what it was like trying to get one of these. And as you can see here, few changes in deco, things that we notice, things that are cool. You can see that the blue is the same, but a little more vibrant here, as opposed to here, where it's just like kind of dull and muted. The gauntlets on him look different, as you can see. But yeah, there's red, more red, intense red on the helmet here, versus there's no red trim here. I've noticed that. The chrome on the visor is a little bit more shiny on the original versus the retro carded. These look like tier. These look like actual grenades. The vests are completely different. You see the belts more detailed here. The gun loadout completely different. Retro has more realistic guns. So yeah, you're getting quite a few differences here. Then you're going to go into the next comparison, which is the 3-pack release that came out not too long ago. And you can see what I mentioned before about these guys having completely like dulled out colors, very, very muted. Same weapons loadout as him, except for the red is more like a orangey red versus this very vibrant cardinal. I prefer these reds over this. The whole color scheme on these, I wish these had those so then everybody would match, but of course we don't live in a perfect world. As you can see, I removed the gauntlets off my guy here to kind of showcase their skin color. You could do that. So in the 3-pack, I think you came with like a white dude, a black dude, and a Hispanic Vipers, just based on their skin tones. And then the original Vipers were white dudes for these guys, which doesn't matter to me because they're true builders. So, you know what I mean? It's all the same. All to say, I like the way these guys look together. I'm pretty much going to have these be like the lead Vipers going into these, and then these guys. I might pick up another 2 of these because I already have like 6 Vipers, so like 3 or 2 of each. And yeah, that's enough for me. Finally, I'm going to go ahead and compare him to the Viper. I guess this is like the commander or officer, which is exactly this came in a 3-pack. He's the exact same as the original Vipers in terms of loadout and such. They have different knee pads, I noticed. So they have different pads and such, and I think different pants. Yeah, the pants are different too. So the legs are actually different. They gave us a different leg sculptor mold for the retro carded ones because these ones have pockets all around the pant thigh to kind of hold the holster up, but these don't have those because his holster is on his belt. So yeah, they look cool. That's what it's supposed to do. You know what I mean? Very, very. Actually, wait. Trying to see if the vest is similar here, but it's not. It's still the same. But yeah, all to say, these are very cool. Let's go and compare them to some other Joe characters, and then get into my final thoughts. Yeah. All right, next up, we're gonna have them compared next to Jody Shooter Craig here, which is a Walmart exclusive, and I'm kind of waiting for them to kind of remake this figure because I know they will. But this is what he looks like up against Shooter Craig. You just know they're going to do that with all these exclusives. So after Shooter Craig, we are going to go ahead and put in Falcon in here from the 2-pack, which is great. They look good together. I really need to fully bust this guy out. Next up, we've got Big Ben out here. After Big Ben, we're gonna go up and put him up against, as I call him, my Commando Snake Eyes slash Black Noir figure right here. These guys look great together. Next up, we're gonna go and put him up against Agent Helix, which I couldn't remember her name last time, but yeah, her name's Agent Helix, and she looks good. One of the better Joes. One more time. There we go. She will stand. I know she's not gonna stand. She's gonna give me shit. Yeah, this figure does not stand. And these two take their sweet time. And then I'm going to be taking my sweet time trying to get these two to stand. And it's going to be a horrible time. Horrible time. Horrible time. Forget that. Yeah. Let's go ahead and lastly put them up against the retro carded Mindbender that I just reviewed. And you guys can go ahead and check that out. This channel. You know what I mean? I'm really trying to get this fig to stand. Coral. Here we go. Coral, are you going to stand for me? Yes, you will. Yes, yes. That's what he looks like next to Agent Coral. And he looks great. This is a great figure. Awesome. Awesome sauce. Let's throw him up against some Marvel Legends just for these shits and the gigs. Let's throw him up against, boom, our big boy here. Big beefy boy. Big beefy boy. We got Joe Fix-It Hulk here. And one last Legends for the old Wolverine, if he will stand, which I'm not sure if he's gonna stand. There you go. Okay. Boom. Alright, let's get into my final thoughts on this guy. Yeah. Final thoughts on this guy. I'm gonna keep this short. I like this fig a lot. I like what they did. I didn't think I'd like it more than the original, but I like this more than the original. I feel like they trim and add things that needed to be added and trim the fat on things that needed to be trimmed. And they give you better looking weapons and multiple gloves, or multiple hands, sorry, not gloves, but multiple hands, whereas the originals didn't come with multiple hands and the weapons didn't look that great. So I'm guessing that this is a win over the original. All to say, I'm giving this here fig about 7.5 out of 10. He loses points for not having storage like they usually do for the bigger weapons. I would have liked that, but that's just like a minor thing, but it's enough to get points off. And but he gains points for having that proper red and a proper blue, colors that stand out and like poke out a little bit. You know, they're good on the eyes. So yeah, 7.5 out of 10. If you like this review, please go ahead and check out my other GiJoe classified reviews. I got Mindbender, I have this, I got Starbound or Star, it's gonna bother me, Starduster coming up, and a few other ones, you know, just to kind of keep up the playlist. And if you like my Marvel Legends reviews, you can check those out. I got Jaded Toys stuff coming out too, so feel free to check that out. Leave a like, subscribe, and tell all your friends about it, because I'm just trying to build up this little your channel, and every little thing helps. So if you guys go ahead, want to check out my other stuff, you can feel free to do that. But until then, keep fit, have fun, keep on collecting. I got more reviews coming, about 2 to 3 a week I'm trying to do. So yeah, keep up with the channel, keep up with your boy. Until next time, keep collecting, have fun, love y'all, be safe out there. Peace. It's your boy.